So I've been reading this DC comic event, Night Terrors, which once I'm done with it, I will be doing a review on. But I thought it'd be kind of fun to do like a fun comic crossover kind of story because it just kind of lent itself so much to it. So yeah, here we are with Night Terrors cartoon version, which is not technically just cartoons. It'll be other media as well. We'll get to that when we get to that. So the story begins with. Basically, it starts in Grimwood Academy, and basically what's been going on is that for the past few days, the other characters have been the other girls like Sabella, Elsa, Tanis. They all keep like waking up with horrible nightmares, and even Grimwood herself has been assaulted by these weird nightmares. The only one who hasn't been affected is the only one who doesn't need to sleep. And that's Phantasma. She's dead. She's a ghost. She doesn't need to sleep at any point. So she's always up 24/7. Whereas the others, like Elsa, needs to recharge. Tanis sleeps in her sarcophagus, and even Sabella and Winnie need to sleep. So Phantasma's the only one who's not affected. But she does kind of get this sense that something's going on. Like it's almost like. She gets like a vibe from, like she tells them she's getting a vibe from them, and Miss Grimwood is like, that's not good. I don't know what it is, but it's almost like we're being haunted. And Phantasma's like, I'm right here. It's not me. And she's like, I know it's not you, but I think it is something very wrong. So I want you. So basically, Miss Grimwood gives Phantasma the task of like going out into the world and being like, find out what this is. Like this is kind of creepy. So this is even scary by our standards. So go out into the world and see if you can get that vibe from anyone else, and check on these superheroes we keep seeing. So that's what Phantasma does. She goes around the world checking out other superheroes to get like a vibe to get this haunted vibe from them. And sure enough, she sees like she stays invisible. So she sees like. The Power Rangers. She sees Kim Possible. She sees, Dipper and Mabel, Anne, and all of them have this vibe. And it's almost like every superhero has been haunted, and it's kind of weird. It isn't until like she comes across Danny Phantom that Danny's like, who the hell are you? And she's like, oh, right, ghosts, I forgot about that. Hi, I'm Phantasma, I mean you no harm. And you're kind of giving off a vibe like you're haunted, and also you look like you haven't slept in a while. And he's like, yeah, I keep having these these really bad dreams, and I'm starting to put together something, because, like, I've been in touch with the other heroes, and, like, they're having bad dreams, too. So something feels kind of funky here, don't it? And she's like, yeah, it does. Can you tell me what you know? And so Danny explains, like, look, there's something weird going on, but I think I know who it is. And she's like, oh, Nocturne, right? And he's like, how do you know her? I mean, how do you know him? And Phantasma's like, I'm a ghost, dumbass. We know each other. You know, I've been to the ghost zone. So they're like, well, you and I, you can help me find Nocturne, and I'm going to go kick his ass and make him stop whatever the hell this is. So Phantasma follows Danny deep into the ghost zone, but here's the thing. Nocturne's not the one behind it. Nocturne is actually found, like, it's they go deep into the ghost zone and discover that the ghosts are even freaking out. Like, other ghosts are freaking out because Nocturne, something happened to him and he's gone. Like, he got, like, something killed him, and immediately, like, if something can kill what's dead, that's a problem. So Danny's like inspecting the body, and he points out, like, it's almost like he got eviscerated. Like he just got absolutely eviscerated by whatever this is. And Phantasma's like, I didn't expect you to be like like into forensics. And he's like, I've been in this job long enough to figure out some shit. And he's trying to figure it all out, but then, like, Danny gets, like, a call from his family, like, you gotta come back, something weird is going on. And they get back, and they see that Phantasma and Danny go back and discover Like one of the ghosts tell Danny and Phantasma, you go out that portal, you're not coming back, because whatever was in here is out there. We are shutting the ghost portals off, and they're like, we are cutting any kind of connection to the ghost zone, because whatever killed Nocturne, an Omega level Phantom, that scares us. So so they're all like freaking out, because like Danny's now thinking, is it Pariah? Is it someone else? Is it something more powerful? I don't know, but I'm gonna figure it the fuck out. So Danny and Phantasma go out into go out of the ghost zone, and they do see it's Jack, and he's like all twisted and almost demonic, and so are the rest of Danny's family, and that's when we find out who's behind all of this and basically turning people into monsters, into these horrible nightmare realms, and it's Freddy fucking Krueger. Freddy basically has gained an upgrade in his powers, and has essentially got it from killing Nocturne. He was a dream demon who killed Nocturne, a Lord of Sleep himself, killed him, and then took his powers for his own. But he's looking for something else called the Nightmare Stone. And now that he has Nocturne's powers, he can he now has like enough power to like break out into our realm and go looking for it. Because here's the thing, the Nightmare Stone was something so terrifying that even Nocturne was scared of using it. And he basically placed it in the subconscious of someone. He put it in the subconscious. He scattered the Nightmare Stone into the subconscious of various superheroes. So Freddy's whole plan is to unleash his nightmare wave across the planet, make everyone either fall asleep and become monsters, and then look through their dreams to find the pieces of the Nightmare Stone. And that's exactly what happens. Danny, since he's half human, he ends up falling asleep, turning into a monster. Phantasma's like, oh fuck, that's not good. So Phantasma flees, but one thing she does do is she actually tries to possess Freddy and try to make him kill himself, just off himself, but he forces her out. But before he does, Phantasma discovers that there were bits and pieces of what happened to the Nightmare Stone, and how it was made by someone, and that someone is dead, but she can't go back to the ghost zone to find his spirit, and he's probably already gone to heaven. So the best thing she can do, she calls Grimwood, who's fighting off Sleep and the other girls who have turned into even more grotesque monsters. She's like, hey, can you give me a resurrection spell real fast? I think I know what's going on. So that's what happens, is Phantasma goes to a graveyard and uses the incantation that Grimwood gave her, and it brings back the person who might know where the Nightmare Stone is now, the formation of the Nightmare Stone, and that is a long dead superhero, Birdman. So yes, Birdman is now a zombie. He's like a zombie Birdman, and he gets his Bird Avenger, who's all gnarled and rotten, and he's just and Phantasma's like, look, I didn't want to do this, dude. I didn't want to wake you from the dead, but I need your help. Someone, there's this guy named Freddy. He's looking for the Nightmare Stone. I am in deep shit, and I need your help. And Birdman goes, if the Earth is in danger, then I'm always here to help. Birdman fly, then Birdman shall fly again. And she's like, cool beans. Let's find some other people who might not be asleep. So the other people who are not... There's actually a few superheroes who don't need to sleep, obviously. The Autobots don't need to sleep. Jenny doesn't need to sleep. Most of the machine superheroes don't need to sleep, so they can just keep fighting and keep protecting the world from all of these now demonic monsters being brought to the world. Because it's not just them. People are being hit. Normal people, too, are being hit by this and being twisted into monsters while they're trapped in their own nightmares. So obviously it's getting pretty bad. So Phantasma and Birdman have to find out where this Nightmare Stone is, and Birdman explains to Phantasma Like, listen. When I was in my towards the end of my life, like I was about to retire from being a superhero, there was one more mission I had to do, and it involved a villain from a villain named as Dr. Zinn, who was a enemy of a friend of mine, Benton Quest. Zinn basically wanted to enter the dream realm because he was dying too, but the world of the dead and the dreaming kind of coincide with each other. So he wanted to keep surviving in the dream realm and maybe even kill Benton Quest and all of his enemies in the past. But he had to mix science with magic in order to do it. So what happened was that Zinn used the souls of various. He had to. This spell was pretty dark, so he had to use science and mix it with magic with a spell that required him to take the life of 100 children. So he had to kill off 100 children, and take their souls their frightened souls because they had to be scared when they were dying. So their frightened souls were all forged into the Nightmare Stone. But however, Birdman he wasn't able to save them, but he basically, that's how he died, was trying to stop Dr. Zinn from killing these kids. But he did see where the Nightmare Stone was, and he basically was the one who hit it first. Like he used the last ounce of his energy to destroy it. But the thing was already made, so the essence of it reconstituted in the Ghost Zone. Nocturne found it and was like, "Oh fuck, this thing is really not cool. Like, this thing is really uncontrollable. I can't let anybody. If I can't use this, nobody can. Where am I gonna hide it? In the minds of superheroes, so whenever they have bad dreams, that's the Nightmare Stone pushing its way out." So Freddy obviously is like, "Yeah, I'm having a grand old time. This is awesome. I'm like, I got all this power, but once I get the Nightmare Stone, it's gonna be I'm gonna spread my influence across the universe. It's just gonna be the universe is gonna be just built on nightmares." And however, while Freddy is just kind of like looking through the dreams and whatnot of other superheroes, he basically creates his own group called the Sleepless Knights. And the Sleepless Knights are various horror monsters like Jason, Michael, Leatherface, Chucky, Pumpkinhead, the Creeper from Jeepers Creepers. And he gives them he upgrades them with like demonic energy. So they now have like Dream World, almost like same level of Dream World power too. So Birdman and Phantasma have to like race race against the clock in order to stop Freddy from, gaining those powers. It's gotten so bad that like even like some really powerful beings like Sailor Moon and even Godzilla have succumbed to the dream power. And even it gets to the point where Freddy finds enough finds enough of the heroes that were holding the Dreamstone in their heads, reforges it, and amplifies his power even more. But here's the thing, is that in order to stop him from, getting his power, becoming the god of nightmares, what happens is that Birdman takes the stone and essentially he grabs it, and he's using all of his power to just destroy it once more. But this time it's going to be a little different, because he's going to make sure those souls are freed and the stone can never reconstitute itself ever. And this time he's going to place that energy from the stone into the minds of into his mind, so they'll be set, so he'll never be able to come back. You can't get anything out of a dead man. But one last thing, he does use the Nightmare Stone's dream power to rob Freddy of his abilities and make him human. He doesn't even have the scars, he doesn't have anything, he's just a normal human, and as an extra fuck you, he leaves him to be brutally murdered by the Sleepless Knights as well. So everyone wakes up from this horrible nightmare realm, and Birdman goes back to the grave, saving the world one last time. So there you go, guys. That is pretty much the cartoon version of Night Terrors. You guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of it? Comment below, let me know. Hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.